Chudan Soki Chokamba, Jantu Adu Lagni Kapsushi, Dagi Chujin Libe Sonandi, Chudan Soki Chokamba, Jantu Adu Lagni Kapsushi, Dagi Chujin Libe Sonandi, Brahma Penche Sangye Rupanshu. Shridam Savi Chokam La Jakshu Bardu Lagni Kapsuchi Lagi Shunyin Nipe Sonangi Prabha Penjir Sangye Drumashu.
Morning again.
Good
Good morning again, everyone.
Good morning, Geshe.
Morning, Geshe.
Morning, Geshe.
Good morning, Geshe.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Geshe.
Good morning.
Okay, looks good. Okay, we'll do a little meditation, okay? Just sit comfortable as much as you can. Today we'll go to meditation maybe about 10 minutes. First, I taught you in meditation. Before we do that, just relax our body and mind, then begin meditation. After we do meditation for refuge. When you do refuge meditation, just whatever we have the statues here, you can see that all the different Buddhas. You feel this is a real Buddha. It's not just statue. Real Buddhas here. You don't have to exactly Manjushri here, Buddha here, just all the Buddha, Bodhisattvas around here. Around there also all the 10 directions. Another Buddhas, Bodhisattvas here. You can see that some is on give the teachings like Buddha Gaya. He's like the Moro, the center, then all around, all another Rinpoches, Geshes, all around, like hundreds, thousands of monks living with it, like that. And around with us also all the mothers and children. And we, with the meditation to, we're going to, in order to free from the suffering or in order to enlighten, we need to something to, someone lead us. That will we take refuge, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Taught to, like very strong thought, keep the thought. When we're taking refuge, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, front of me, whatever I can see the statue, but it's not really a statue, the real Buddhas. So I think they're also looking for you like Samadhi first, okay? Right? Now just sit comfortable, whatever you like, positions, fine. First, just relax your own muscles. You start to scan whole body, relax your head, relax your brain, relax right shoulder, left shoulder, upper back, lower back, right back, and left leg, your chest, your belly, muscles, the bones, your mind aware or mindfulness, your own mind feeling. Then start breathing meditation. Exhale and inhale. When you inhale, you feel aware of the oxygens you need. Inhale all your channels. When you bring out all the emotions, anything that you don't want your mind out to the couple times. You aware you bring in and out. Then awareness or visualization front of you over the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, 10 directions, looking for us, smiling around us, also all the Mother Sentient beings, same position as us. Now you keep thought, I'm going to check in refuge with the Dharma, Sangha, open for all Mother Sentient beings, until enlightened. During that time also you try to receive some energies, blessings. Try to keep thinking, I'm going to check refuge with the Dharma, Sangha. Or develop or cultivate your refuge mind to cause also to blessing your mind from God with others. Try to keep that thought. more altruism, receive the blessings, energies, powers from the refugees. Not just you, around us, all the mother sentient beings. Receive and return. Now we develop a little bit of compassion, love. You can feel awareness right now. It's not necessary part. People killing each other, either in Gaza. You can feel. If we are that position, how can we feel? We're going to recite the Om Mani Padme Hum compassion mantra. First, we recite with the sound. Then, without sound, recite for quadrans. Four, we can see, we can feel the right now how softens going on this world. Pray for them. Recite your mind without sound, awareness and concentration. Okay, now you can come back. Good morning. How's it? You have some feeling? Which one better? Recite mantra or without sound, with sound? Try to all different kind of meditations, okay? Especially now we have, and now we can develop for compassion for things going on in the world. Just really not necessary to killing each other. And we have feel that, the armies, the people, this people's ego, sub-grasping. As Buddhism always says, sub-grasping or sub-judging is the door of the sufferings. Therefore, people don't respect understand the other's feeling. Therefore, I'm the person really killing each other. We can really think that position, work on feeling. Then you can try to a little bit develop compassion and love. And also, another way, you can also rejoice your life here. You don't have any fears like that way. Of course, we have so many other excuses, but not something like that. Maybe not one day like that. Like that kind, not complain each other. Criticize, it doesn't work. Therefore, better to just compassion for all of them. Controlled by the ignorance, controlled by the ego. Right? Therefore, according to Buddhism, we can see like obviously some this kind to develop compassion and hope. Nobody have that kind. Also awareness, rejoice. Are we lucky here? Otherwise, usually it's I get up, yeah. So another day we don't really feel. Buddhism we talk about how you say dead impermanent. It's not means make us too scared. Right? Therefore, who knows when, just relax, enjoy your life, what you have today. Don't waste your time. There's something meaning that? Just awareness what you have. Then enjoy or enjoy, rejoice. Food is enjoy. Food is rejoice. What do you say?
If you're having something and you're enjoying it, or you can also rejoice in the merit of having it.
Yeah. Yes, and it's I'm lucky, one of the luckiest persons. Everything what I need, I have right now. But you say, no, I'm not enough. I am like that, right? Therefore, sometimes, this situation, what we have right now, is also come from cause conditions. It's not just jump. Therefore, peace our life, person, he or she, create very good karma, very good cause. Karma is like Buddhism, when we say cause. Then we have compare for others, we are very rejoice, we are grateful. Compares, I think that better. Otherwise, we have the great, we say, no, we are not great, we have a lot of problems. To compare for others, we are very, us, we don't have to worry, we have to go war, right? Basically, of course, we don't know when death coming, but we don't worry, okay, maybe someone kill me tomorrow, today. We don't have that much that fear. Therefore, we are very lucky to able to hear. Okay? This is, you can just rejoice or awareness, then you feel you good. Otherwise, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. I need that, I need that. It never complete our wishes. Right? We think, maybe that's not enough. Then after this, we need another thing. And we got that is, I need that. Therefore, these things we need to always have awareness. It's very important, okay? We have some questions, okay? From the Kadama masters. Yes. You comfortable? Everyone comfortable? Everyone's praise for you, or everyone's respect for you. What do you should to do? Right? You are right. My English or my voice? praise for you. He's good, she's good, oh, he's a very good person. Praise, right?
Praise.
Praise. No pray. Praise.
Praise.
Okay. Everyone praise you. What are you to do? The master said, everyone praise you, then what are you to do? Yes.
Don't take it too seriously.
Maybe tomorrow they're criticizing you. Okay. Any other things? The Kadama master said, everyone praise you. During that time, what you think, what you do.
I think I am the lowest of all.
Okay.
Just be humble. Humble about it.
Good. Everyone praise us. What are we feeling? Usually.
It is good.
Right? You feel good, right? It's honestly good, right? You don't say that you feel good, right? You are the person. That's what I said. Doing that, got to not got it. And then ngaja, take up the ngaja mata rest. You need to subdue your ego. I think said this correct.
Reduce your pride.
Yeah, reduce your pride. So you're correct. Everyone parent is the lowest person, but that will be a poor awareness. Oh, praise me, like I'm the some special person. Doing that, we are very careful. Reduce your pride. Okay?
How do you do that?
And you know what they said. Maybe tomorrow they criticize you. They will don't take serious. Don't do surprise. Don't say serious. No, this is impermanent. Today they praise you, tomorrow they criticize you. Then maybe they don't take too serious. Okay? Anyone praise you? Usually people don't praise others, always just criticize. Mom, that usually parents always praise us. Exactly, yeah. Parents always, even I told usually Tibetan call, who has the hole here?
Cleft lip.
Cleft?
Cleft lip.
Yeah, of course.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Even some mom or children clap the heating. Those my child better one. We don't say it's bad, it doesn't matter, but compare compare that my one better. Most mothers, he's always my child. He's a good guy. He's always my thing. Okay? Therefore, if everyone praise you, don't take it easy, okay? This is one caution. That can be very dangerous. Then another one. If you're the one very good, you know everything. People say, oh, you're good. You feel also you also pretty good. You know what to think, how to say, how to things. You're then like you're compared for others. You're the maybe 10 people. You're the better one. You know how to do. Like education, maybe all country. You're the better. And what do you think that reality is not I say ultimately, but I say conventionally, you're the better person. Like you say, someone can walk, someone cannot walk. The person to walk compare other, the walk is better, right? You're able to walk. Like that, any kind of situation, you're the better than others. Then what do you think that?
I think everybody's good at some things and other people are better than them at others. It's what you put your effort into. Some people are beautiful and attractive. Some people are smart. I mean,
Anyway, that time you just say, also, it's like some consciousness also take down your pride. I'm the better person than think that. Right? You better, but don't think I'm the better person. Take down your pride. Okay? And the Tawashi Majala. And the Mitami jump and get out them by the Chokachoris.
The other question is, if everybody sees you as a teacher, then how should you react to that?
Teaching is not only Dharma, any kind, right? You teach everyone asking questions, how to do this, how to do that, how to do that. What do you think that?
It's all the same. You just have to take down take your pride down.
Yeah, that's good.
Every situation like that sounds like to me.
Yeah, that's good. Tende Chivikalaya, and then Yadalaya, and then Tome Ramdu Surato that could Nimchu Maches, Nimchu.
And so at that time, you should not look down on anybody, and whoever they are, whether they're in a high position or low position, you should not look down on them just because you are a teacher.
Okay? And then so the Nyamba, the Chiba, Kalatana Kachores, so the Chiba, what na Kachores.
And how should you react, or how should you behave when you meet with people of the equal status, or with equality, people who are in an equal position as you are?
Like any kind, like for us, like we are like pretty similar, right? We're not very go to TV every day. They come to TV, they're good or bad. Some are very good, they go over the TV. Some are very bad over the TV. But we are not that person. We just regular person, right? Very simple, very just just a regular person. What you mean, like, what you think, why you do it like that?
You meet people that are just like you.
Just regular person, like us. Ordinary people. They said, do respect each other.
More relaxed.
Yeah, more respect each other, the more relaxed. Yes.
I just think it's important to stay humble all the time, because when you start thinking that you're the smarter one, or you think you know everything, you don't learn anything anymore.
That's true, yeah. If you think you're the best one, then you don't want to study anything. You don't listen to anyone. Therefore, respect is very important. You have respect, also you follow same direction. Because one of the reasons we have to take the 3 times, or 4 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, million times to session for Buddha Dharma Sangha to pay respect body, speech, mind. If you have respect, and then you get also lessons from that. Example, we have to respect the doctor that what doctor said we follow. Okay, sir, okay, sir. If we don't want to, we just follow them. Because we respect, we trust them. You guys go to school, you trust or respect or follow the teachers, you get education. Like me, I go to English class. I get respect, but I didn't follow their told me I didn't do homework. Therefore, my English is still like kindergarten. When I study English, first I take some English class, adult class. They give me homework. I didn't do homework. Before I go to school, anyone here kitchen some students come ask to help me to homework. Then they do that. Then I show the team. Oh, you're very good. Then nobody here. Then I just go there, looking at my neighbor. What he got to you? She well, if you become lazy, you don't take serious, then education doesn't go up. Like that, right? Okay, this is a question, okay? The main things, there are a lot of different questions. The main things try to reduce our ego, sub-grasping. Right now, obviously we can see all the problems of the world because people doesn't want to give up the ego or sub-grasping. I'm the person, then just they don't care whoever, they just torture everyone themselves. Okay? Yeah. 아 데링한 저 파라데시 마 초간네 니파 심베 바신 마시 조페 베시가 바스.
So now, so among the six perfections, we're Sumba Radha.
수마데.
So we're on the third, the perfection, which is the perfection of patience.
아니 다 가서 심바들었잖아요. 바도 심바세트.
We have already talked about generosity.
심바세트 다 심바 쪼데 아니 지가로 수수제로 똥샘도 그래. 똥에서 바다.
So the actual meaning of the generosity, is to increase the mind that wishes to give.
이시 미지 우고 때리고 그렇게 잡아요. 수수제로 똥샘 빼봐. 똥에서 바다 야 공부를 다시 해야 되네.
So the main thing is to develop that wish, wanting to give. Is not about actual, material things, giving off the actual material thing, but more, to do with the mind that wishes to give.
Okay. 아니 다 근데 똥 맡아봤더니 쇼와이나 똥세 빼 맡아봤더니 쇼와이나 빼다 잘하는 거지 그렇지 제 맡아봐도 루땅 맡아봤더니 쇼나 아니야 텔레티미지 다 맡아볼 거면 데코라 다 라운드 치면 망보여래.
You are not able to be generous, with the actual material things, like not able to give away the material things, then you should reflect on the the impermanence and so forth, as it is explained in the Great Lamrim.
Okay. 아니 또 심바보 되게 심배념에 심바보랑 아니 심배기 제 아니 진짜 이걸 참아 아니 지금 다시 맞춰봐 따위 거니 다 심배념에 지다바나 다대 카드 심배념len스 심배 파트 심배념len스 다 냠을 약속을做的차이.
So when you do the practice of generosity, with emptiness, by thinking of the person who is doing the generosity or who is giving, and the material thing that's been given, and the person who is receiving, all these three objects are empty of inherent existence. So with that thought, if you give or develop the thought of giving, then that becomes the perfection of generosity.
So you all can't give it. You give someone?
Yeah,
You can't.
Yeah.
You throw out, you put trash, or you give someone.
I gave it to the VA.
This is good, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 제가 안에 다 진배념에서 다 남주 진배념에서 가리는 섬나 이 집이 진배가도 소소 세나고 그때는 야라라 초밥 피마도 아니 지금 도와라 시대 쪽은 때마다 또 참아야 돼요. 이다 때 많이 왔는데 소소 똥이 심바 똥습이야 꼭 뺐다 와이나 아니 주먹문에 무슨 냠을 치도 그런 거예요.
So increasing that mind or developing that mind who wishes to give, is very important. When you have developed that mind, then it will become easier, to give in actuality. So when you come to the point where you have to give actual things, material things, then it becomes easy if you have developed that thought. So if you have not developed that thought, then out stingy or miserliness, you're not able to give it, to the poor who are in need, and or not able to make offerings, to the three jewels, from where you can accumulate merit and so forth. And that's because of not having trained the mind. So training the mind, to develop that, thought wanting to give is very important.
야, 다 되는 것도 좀 세다. 다 파르신 말 좋게 냠을 세대 가면 게 보면 봐. 안에 지금 이제 미참이게 축해래 말에 참이게 지금 숨고야게 다 냠을 차대 그래.
And then the next one is the perfection, of ethics. And so this practice of the sixth perfection is, a practice that has to be done by, all kinds of practitioners, like lay, ordained and so forth.
안다 신배념에서 다들 오케이. 다들 뭐 쉬어주는다. 보면 선나 또 발을 좀 바로 심바시 시바신. 이제는 너바 셔도 저번에 열로네 보기 선나시 지금들 공부 공내 용도 쪽에 좀 받다 심바지 와인스.
And it's in the outline 371, the practice of the perfection of ethics. as it says in engaging in the deeds of bodhisattvas, they say the perfection of ethics is to gain the abandonment of certain thoughts. And so that is, you reverse thoughts of harming others along with the basis of such thoughts, turning them into the thought of abandoning these actions. Complete familiarity with this abandonment becomes the perfection of ethics.
Okay. 남주 정보시는 소소고 섬진다 고진다 모두 미셸은 내버셔 지금 말해.
So honestly speaking, we don't really, harm others intentionally, right? Knowingly or intentionally.
얘나 너무 두섬지 샤워도 전에다 마음을 거야.
But motivated by the three poisonous delusions, then many of the actions, that is harmful to others being created.
Okay. 다 그때 임바나 아니 수수 아니 얘가 예스음지 거네야 하고진의 시신도 근데 제가 내가 맞지 봤다. 아 맞고진의 아들이 마음을 쇼삼에 삼을 쇼치 먹어 그래.
So normally, what we should have a strong thought, is thinking that I will not intentionally, cause any harm to others through my body, speech, and mind, and also may I not, create those kind of harmful actions through my body, speech, and mind towards others unknowingly or unintentionally either.
Okay. How did you understand? We guys understand the morality means. It's not means you have become monk, nun, ordained, even not come to Buddhism. Okay. Got it? Okay. That's it. That tell ya. That the new sutum say the Sonta Mara Casina, that there are some your ass.
And then talks about there are three types of ethics.
And then you should have give what you do to them, some shit, tomorrow, some show.
So those are the ethics of refraining from misdeeds, and the ethic of gathering virtuous dharma, and the ethic of working for the sake of other sentient beings.
And they come around the court chance of it. Jebo. And it's Mabuzanga, Lamna Chevalo, Lamna Chevana, pay Jebo Mobile.
And if you want to study in more details, about these subjects, then you should also read the Great Stages of the Path of Enlightenment by Lama Tsongkhapa. There it explains in great detail about these subjects.
Okay. Yes.
A quick question to clarify. In the first part, it says that is, you reverse the thoughts of harming others along with the basis of such thoughts. Did you say the basis is that the self-cherishing or the mind motivated by the three poisons? What is the basis?
가서
근데 그걸 거래 시즌에 쓰기도 가르쳐드려.
또 이제는 너가 시 가르라 때는 너가 무슨 이제 대차시다 좀 몰라 때네 아니 내가 제가 그랬어. 이제는 너가 시
So it's on the basis, a basis of such thoughts is a basis, of causing harm to others. The thought, want to cause harm to others, on the basis of having these afflictive emotions like attachment, anger, ignorance, and so forth.
단대 고도를 받는 것도 먹여왔죠. 먹여왔던 게 리막 이지미가서 뭐 이지미가서 거래. 이지미가 섬대 아니 리다 막 먹여와요. 그 셰도도 참.
And so in a sense, when it says harming others, along with the basis of such thought, it's usually among the 10 non-virtuous actions, it's referring to the 3 non-virtuous actions of the mind. Because of those, then you engage in other non-virtuous actions of the body and speech. And so a basis of such thought, comes from these delusions like attachment, anger, ignorance, and so forth. So you have to abandon, including the basis of these thoughts.
Okay, you understand like that?
Yeah, I was just trying to clarify what you meant along with the basis.
Yeah.
That's great.
Do you have any other thoughts? Right? They're the matters.
Is that right? You don't have the motivation or thought, the afflictive thoughts, then you will not create the non-virtuous actions, right?
Right? 제자 아니 what 원래 제자. Okay. 되지다. 아니 람들에 소소 다바리 되게 따뜻해 되셨다면 샹초세 봐도 가와이 되셨다면 어때 값은 그래서.
And so the first one is explained, the referring from the misdeeds. An example of this is 3 types of vows that the lamp on the path says. Those who hold one of the 7 patimoksha vows may always hold another vow. They have the good fortune to receive bodhisattva vows. Others do not.
Okay, who knows the 소소 다바리 든 안행도 된다 이러면 하고 뭐 전부 수하고 해요.
So what are the 7 types of patimoksha vows? Do you know? Any of you know that?
Okay, who got just go on. Not that way. No.
Total rigera.
Refuge in anything but the Buddha.
No, you got you different direction. Different page.
Wait, can you say it again? What's the word?
Lay men and lay women.
But what's the vow?
And then
Vow, right?
But what is the vow?
Vow, you take vows.
No, I know what a vow is. I'm saying
he's asking what are the 3 types of the 7 types of pratimoksha.
Yeah, there's
3 types of pratimoksha.
7
types of pratimoksha vows.
Do you see the text?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. What are the 7? You see the
I
text?
just don't understand how I'm not putting it together.
Well, there's different vows.
You are different direction.
They have different kinds of vows, but what are the vows?
You take the vows as a set.
Oh.
Yeah, and I asked him about the vows.
The categories of the pratimoksha vows.
Got it.
This may be not business, you guys, lay people, but just serious, okay?
Could you say that again slowly? Older-day monks, older-day nuns, novice monks, novice nuns, lay people. We divide into monks, into women and men. Or be 6, and then I don't know.
And the 7th one isn't. I think isn't it for novice nuns? It's like a preliminary, like. What is it? It's training. Yeah, it's before they actually get the novice ordination.
Then usually maybe you're not interested. not our business, they're just curious, right? And that yeje tomatana konto to sulu ke launchi and that yebat padmachi and yebat jemes to the no sort of dance.
So the ethic of refraining from the misdeed is like you make a promise to not do any of those the wrong actions, and then you observe that vow. You make a promise and then observe that promise to not do that. So the different kind of vows, right? The patimoksha vow is one of them, and even in the patimoksha vow there are 7 different kinds. So that's what it's talking about here.
Okay, that genye pamanyeres, that chodo genye US.
And so there's so among the 7 types of the 2 are the lay vows, like the lay men vow and lay women vow. So are any of you lay women holding a lay woman vow or lay men vow?
I think you're true, right? A lot of people read Kenyan, tell a Kenyan like this. Tell a Nachi, Nanga, Pachi, also Kenyan, you are.
And so in the lay vow, so layman vow or laywoman vow, the categorized as two different types. But anyway, the lay vow, there are 5 lay vows, right? And then they call it observing one and a lay vow or 2 lay vow or or all the lay vows like that.
Right? Everyone knows.
That's the no killing, no lying, no stealing, no
Yeah.
sexual misconduct, no alcohol.
No. Yeah, the challenge is that thing not just was.
So yeah, so those are the 5. So the last one is no alcohol, right? So those are the 5 vows, and you can choose to take either of them or all of them.
Okay? 데네들라다 수수 초가단 제베 라면데 켈랑이들라 초가단 제치 라면데 켈랑이들라 아니 개념이라 그랬어. 때는 나치 나가 이거 세요 그랬어.
So when you do this with the ritual, from a master, a qualified master, then that's called the lay vow. So there are so there's one vow or many vows or all the vows like that.
제가 다 대변아 축keleng에 말에 참아변아 요청을 가르나 시다도 축keleng이 전자 용거를 다 해봐야 축keleng이 많은 게 되는 날 들어서도 제와나 아니 지금 아무리 시대요와 점사 잠도요와 아니 너도 뭐 이파면 와서 와
These vows, you can take it whether you are Buddhist or not, whether you are Buddhist practitioner or not. Because of course when you take it on the basis of taking refuge, then it becomes Buddhist. But otherwise you can just take it, and if you take these vows, then this is good for everybody. That brings harmony in the family, among the couples, and in the nation as well.
다 디가는 레벨보랑도 같이 보다 아니 얘네가 돈 받아요. 얘네가 돈 받아.
And then
그 레벨
so
얘네가
that's
돈 받아.
그래서 개념 돈 받.
얘네
님의 돈 받.
얘네 다 이제 대저소 좀 돈 받아. 뻔했지 받지 않아요. 나다 코나한테 공달은 그런 지
And then also there's so on top of these 7 types of the the individual liberation vow or the patimoksha vow, then you can also categorize another one, which makes it 8 different kind of vows. Then so that will be the day vow. It's called the 1-day vow, where you can take the vow for just 1 day or 24 hours, like the 8 minor precept. So that is like a day vow.
오케이. 다 대니 가도 밑에 탐하게 사탄 용의 명에 참하게 냠이잖아. 가서 밑에 보면 냠이잖아. 아니 개념 파마니 아니 딱 얘네가 돈 받아 같이 대저소리 돈 받을래 도.
So these are the lay vows, the practitioner, the vows that can be taken and observed by the lay practitioners, like the layman vow, laywoman vow, and the 1-day vow.
Okay, who took the layman vow?
I haven't taken it as a Buddhist.
No.
Layman,
I
not laywoman.
layman or layman. I think most people took.
Is it layman or laywoman?
Para genye domba, genye mai domba, genye pai domba sniora.
Yeah, you're female, then laywoman. You're male, then layman. Wow, sir.
genye domba lana dan chenji jako shura.
Yeah, it's just different person. It's wow, sir.
So without the differentiation, you can just say lay vows, and that can refer to both men and women.
제가 당대 짬으로 미치는 남주 대고 와서 나가봐야 개념도 많이 지나가도.
Like His Holiness always grants the lay vow, when he's giving cultural initiation.
Right? Have you remembered that? 가나테 어때 제자 땅도 밑에 보모다 대가는 안도 아니 대저소 용도 받아 대상도 다치야 돼까지 대저 인행도 막까지 대저소 용도 받아야 돼. 맞아야 돼.
And then on top of that, is the 1-day vow, which we usually take, with the 8 minor precepts, right? So that's the common and well known on these days.
Okay, who will take the precepts before? Everyone to, right? Yeah, it took 300, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We're going to check next, on lamentation also. When you go to Nyone, you got the Nyone, the word Nyone,
Fasting retreat.
fasted 100 times. Some people do the 100 times.
100 times?
Yeah, 100 times. Laura, how many you did? Laura. Really?
I've done a few.
Yeah, 20 years. Therefore, this is not lay people can do that we're not able to do. Only is to come get it to stick a lot of riches, but it precepts we do a lot of times. Also, you can do, you don't have to really waiting for the center organize. You can do your own. Because first you have to take the from the teacher. Because unbroken lineage. After, if not teacher, you can do your own. You don't have to wear that. Like you can do like 8 lunar calendar, 8, 10, 15, 25 with a special dress. You can take your own. Often some set up some altar, you can just follow like that. It's like really live people who can really practice. Okay? What you can do, the 7 or 8 different vows, the live people of the 3 red, you can do any time. Therefore, 10 precepts, then live up. Those also keep things to your good relationship with family also. Okay? And other things, monks and nuns, we don't have to go there too. Then they're also. 아마도 배획을 눌러야 안 되지. 딱 결국 막이 넘쳐 담아요. 그러다 계셔만 보여. 땅은 들바도 먹었지.
Then there's also the fully ordained monk and a vow, and then a fully ordained nun vows. So of course we have the fully ordained monk vow in Tibetan Buddhism, but we don't have the lineage, of the fully ordained nun vow. So there's no really fully ordained nun in Tibetan Buddhism. So anyway, we don't have to talk about that right now.
제가 가서만 딩해라 나도 하월라 가는 놈은 손지로 봐 하월. 네가랑 니콜라 돌이 정말.
So I had a meeting. I was in the meeting at the Harvard University, about in a meeting, and during that time, we had a discussion about these vows.
제가 가시거든요. 나도 배회 남바데 비슷도 쳐요. 비슷도 오셔도 돼.
And some said that Tibetan Buddhism is very complicated, in some sense.
비슷도 오거든요.
네. 요르사부.
그래.
고녀부.
야. 비슷도 오고.
고녀부. 렐로. 렐로 메바.
대호에서 뭐 특히 많이 배시다어요. 내가 따와 쳐보셨나?
아.
따와 쳐보셨나?
따와 쳐보셨나? That's strict.
I think there's a. 그냥 따와 쳐보시고 둘래 뭐. 같이 날라서나 아니 다 대상 탈렌다. 실랑서 아니 태면한 거지. 아니 결혼 맞지. 바 수술로 받나요? 근데 띠 주주 다지 수술로 받아 결혼 맞을 거래서. 아니 배회 대책은 되세. 제가 아니 배 따와 버리셨어.
So like Tibetans in the Tibetan Buddhism is very strict, with their view, with their view. They are like still not, being flexible, with taking the vows, fully ordained non-vow. Like other Buddhism, they don't have all this, the lineage in their tradition maybe. So what they do is they go to the other tradition, and then they take those, vows from the other tradition and then bring it to their tradition. Like, people, they go like to Thailand or other place where they have the fully ordained nuns vow, right, tradition, and then you can go there and then you bring it and then you reestablish in your tradition. But Tibetan Buddhism could do that too, but they're not doing it, so they're like being very strict with that.
제가 배회 때 가셔요. 배울 때면 두스나도 당가디 대랑에 부패다더라다.
So there's no Tibetan, there's no fully ordained nuns vow in the Tibetan tradition.
제가 배회가 되게 고급도 적으면 된대요.
And so there's, I think, one of the professor in the Harvard University said that the Tibetan Buddhism is not giving that kind of opportunity, for the Tibetan Buddhist nuns, to get the full ordination.
대때 수직 가요. 대 점으로 미쳐나. 제가 자나 싱가포르 아시아 가원은 되게 로속이 결혼 저는 좀더 리그레스 수직 가요 말대. 근데 고알고도 와.
And so His Holiness is not prohibiting that. He said you can go to China, Singapore, or any other Buddhist country where they have this a full ordinance and a vow, and then you can take it. Nobody's stopping you from doing that.
배때 질렀다. 아니 주도요 아마도. 단시디. 뭐라는 거다 이셔가 던져주고 그냥 결혼 맞던 것이는 다다 표준 나한테 안에지 근데 결혼 또 받대 그냥 텔레 드림들랑 수지요 말해.
So just like venerable children, many of you know maybe, as is American nun, who is a Tibetan Buddhist nun, but she has taken a full nun's vow and a fully ordained nun's vow from other tradition, of Buddhism, and so she's carrying that, a fully ordained nun's vow. But she's she's in the Tibetan Buddhist nun, she's a Tibetan Buddhist nun. So she can do that. Nobody's saying that, oh, you are not allowed to do that.
제가 정보를 묻지다 다 두녀에서 믿으래 안 해드려와.
So this venerable children, she's very close with His Holiness. Someone His Holiness feels very close with.
아니 메카지 정보를 저랑 와셔야 돼. 저랑 그때 지금 소홀해. 정보를 묻지 말때 와셔 말때 산지랑기 자 그래 도박을 로다지 대만으로 되게 말해. 되게 다치도 말이야. 너한테 다 루션에 돌리지는 뭐 내가 다치도 말해. 근데 또 손걸.
So people said, Your Holiness, you have the right, to do that. He said, no, I don't have the right to do that. It's a Buddha's teaching, that has to be, followed in the right way, and we have to get, many fully ordained monks, together, to make that decision. I can't make the decision by myself alone. He said that.
제가 안에 가죠. 당일 라고에 같이 나오대.
Gelong by number.
알레레 제가 안에 배워는 게 있다. 배운 거 배워는 타야게 돈베게 타주 유명 되어서 다 안에 결혼만 따르면 와인다 따바요 말에 도리 도치제가 맞아. 그냥 결혼만 더 조금만 랑에서 지어 말에.
So yeah, I mean, we categorize into that, 7 types of Patimoksha vows, and one of them is the fully ordained nun's vow, right? Even though we don't have that in Tibetan Buddhist tradition, but it's not disregarded, and nobody is stopping you or anybody, from taking those fully ordained nun's vows.
오케이. 제 등수 뺏는 것도 단답에는 만들어서 다 망조 작업 아린다고 이만나 다 내가 가는 내가들 춤등 춤다 가로 춤샤로 거에나 아니 강가다 아니 선들은 군소 모르는데 아니 마쇼데 가래 타셔는 다 로도와.
So it's democratic, just like in a democratic country, so it's taken by the vote, right? So if you whoever gets the more vote in the Congress and Constitution that
Senator
Senate, then they will make the decision. They will go with that, with that number of the votes, right?
then after this further sign, then they become law. The further say he can decide, okay, this is what we have to do. He cannot decide. Congress also did not, they not decide. That was the guy there, Supreme Court cannot decide, right? Like is that vows with very like that. That time, people discussion, then vote was more like discussion that they decide like that. Anyway, I don't know why to talk about that.
One time there was a fully ordained nun vow, but the lineage died out, and because it died out, then they can't just start it up again without under approval.
Who is it?
So there used to be an active fully ordained nun vow and lineage of nuns that took those fully ordained vows, but it died out because the nuns either died and there were no new nuns taking it. And so because it died out, that's why it's gone now. Originally there was one, or there was at one point there was one. But then it died out.
Did the lineage break before Tibetan Buddhism?
No, it's not broken, but for Tibetan doesn't come the lineage. Yeah. Tibetan has also full ordained nuns, but not the same vow to the vows come for Tibetan.
Right, and they come for the child.
Yeah, they come different ones. Yeah, there's
there was one. I understood that there was one initially. Well, maybe not at the beginning, but there was one, but it died out because the nuns passed it on to other nuns. The nuns died, or else they disrobed, and so it stopped because of that reason.
for Tibetan.
That's what I heard.
I didn't heard that.
My source, so.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. We say we understand that all the time. That time there's no car, there's no airplane. You have to walk days and nights, very dangerous place. I think that time the monks go to India, receive the full ordained vows. That time the females, maybe they're not able to go to bed. Too dangerous, It's not safe. I don't know exactly reason. Therefore, they couldn't bring the Indian nuns cannot through the Tibetan nuns, nuns cannot go to India. Therefore, the unbroken lineage doesn't come to Tibetan. They come from China and Taiwan. They have the nuns, but different, or there are 18 different lineages or ways to the Vinaya. Remember we talk about 18 different. There were one of them come like that. Okay, I don't know why we talk about that. This is we talk about. Yeah, nobody that. Main things for us. We have to do lay, man, female, 8 precepts. Like we talk about that. Kanji tuju tomba te lembayina ta kanji tuju nyang yabo chang yores.
Anyway, so if you take any of these vows, then your practice of morality becomes more better, becomes better.
제가 대 코나서까지 tomba 그러나 고제 춤 로당지니 아빠 수수 강선부전 로당다 제원다 unbroken chang yore.
And so, because if you take the vow, then you will observe them, right? So you know about it and you observe them. You follow that order, and then you are able to engage in that practice of the morality.
제자다 아니 된대게 돈바 담보서 개념 파마다 아니 년에 돈바 렌트게 됐다 집어본 돈바레스 대전날 자와지고 말해 대랍주 말해.
And so those are the first the 3 vows, like the lay woman vow, layman vow, and the 1-day vow that can be taken by all the lay practitioners. So you don't have to be a monk or nun to do that.
제다 다 드네 랍도 shumaseje rabju zanada ta 계속 또 막가디지나 rabju 차는 거.
And then the ordained monk vows. So the ordained, when you become a novice monk, so you take, there's a certain number of vows, as a novice monk, and there's a novice nun too. So there's a novice monk and novice nun vows.
대양 콜로세지 마다바 때 도마도 좀 좋은 말해.
Gesullo go 말해.
야 기술도 그래야 미쳐다 대어 갔다. 야 결혼은 다 누구야? 좀 그러와. 대 주요 기술도 야 전부 마지막 주요만 건 좋고요 말해.
중준 누구였어도 되다. 너 중준이야. 너 준이 좀 누구야?
앞다 보시도 또 마치 계속 줘요 말해.
And so there's so all the monks are not a novice monk, or not all the nuns are not novice nuns. So there's no age restriction as in the fully ordained monk vow or fully ordained nun vow. But for the at the beginning part, like when someone becomes a monk at very young age, like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, then they don't become novice monk right away. They just become a monk. Of course, they monk become monk. It's like we're calling Rabjung, which is just becoming monk and then changing the 3 things like the appearance, the name, and the cloth. Just by doing that, and then somebody pronouncing you as a monk, then you become monk, but then you are still not a novice monk at that time. So there are a certain number of vows. After some time, then you take those vows to become a novice monk.
Okay. This maybe we don't have to, we have not monks, nuns here. We don't have to talk about that. Yes.
So I'm not clear, what is
You want to
exactly?
become a monk? You want to become a monk? You can just go to that.
What is the difference between a novice monk and a monk? I'm not clear exactly. But what does that mean? That's the definition.
Novice monk and what?
Novice monk and
And a fully ordained monk. What's the essential
they
difference?
have different vows.
That's it?
Oh,
Okay.
different vows.
Different number of vows.
A different number of vows.
Okay.
Then
The novice monk has only 36 vows, and the fully ordained monk has 252 vows.
how about lay people have vow? How many vows? Lay people. Yeah, if you do 5, if you do complete, you have 6 vows. But 5, 4, 3, 2, you have to list 1. You guys very relaxed, okay?
We're easy.
Okay? Okay, 자, 전체적으로 더 봐다. 시비 띵게들 라데. 다 샹도블렘 베텔라. 소든지 특좀 쏘고 봐 숨바다. 나지 값을 드비 때나. 경초도 선바제 샤세지 동반하게 된 초라 고발에 바탐지도 마연데 샤세지 이네 라와나게 때는 집을 사다 로이스.
And then it reads further, is that at first in the sight, this seems to be saying that you must have the ethic of the Patimoksha vow in order to be a candidate for the Bodhisattva vows. But this also means in the Tantric context that the best candidate for practicing the 3 secret tantras are monks and nuns. And although this might also be interpreted as saying that monks and nuns are the best candidate to follow the training of the Bodhisattva, this does not cover all cases. There are gods and nagas who are suitable candidates for the Bodhisattva training, but they are barred from receiving the Patimoksha ordination. So you have taken Bodhisattva vows, right? Those of you who have taken initiations, tantric initiations, right?
Do you know how many vows there?
64. Yeah.
Total 64.
About like that.
Okay. Anyway, that through Tanga Mamodu, that's all the any assumption that Jelando Machiva, that's all can do us.
So there are many the many vows in number, right, like that. But main thing is to not cause harm to others intentionally.
Okay. That Tenina Tak, Ajay Nandu, we want you to Kalaya, Nandu Machiva, Kenya, Domba Yore, take a lot of Domba Yore, or Tita, Lapatan Songo.
And so, like when we take the Bodhisattva vows, when we take initiation, tantric initiation, we take Bodhisattva vows, and then in some cases, tantric vows as well, right? So we have to understand what the vows are and then observe them properly.
아니 소들지 덤데 샤들기 덤 람바이나 원나 첸다지 쿠시나 소들지 덤데 샤든지 라와 라바시나 소들지 덤바 대당 투모비 원덤데 간디 덤비 스트림지 모온데 예스 다니 다 소들지 덤바 영에 덤바 몽보이와 텐지 덤바 영에 샤셈 다 샤주세 덤바라니 제나 디게 랍자가나 아니 소들 소소 투모면 빠져되지 아니 디가라 아니 샤제세 믿는
It says, in that case, what should you do when you have the Patimoksha vow and are able to follow the Bodhisattva trainings? You should, in this context, recognize the ethic of vows as being abandonments and restraints, conforming with the Patimoksha vows. And then it says, so you should, if you have the vows, right, like that. So if you do not have the vows, you should take the ethics of restraints, to be abandonments, of and restraint, from the 10 non-virtuous actions.
Okay, and the 샹저 생기지 않니 뭐겠지 뭐 특점다 소도지 특점다 샹도지 돈 받는 고 카카샤요 그래서 다 같이 어 찍만 받지 삼도 카카가 이 말와
And so there can be the morality of abandoning the dependent virtuous actions, or morality of observing the Padmoksha vow. It's a morality of observing bodhisattva vows, like that. You can, label them separately like that.
다 나도 딜에 대해서 가르쳐서는 세상 대상들이잖아. 아니 수주 가르쳐고는 대제수용 넘발래는 야보요 그래. 되는 거 짓고 봐.
So on top of these vows, on the special days and dates and times, if you can take the 8-minor precept, then that'll be very good. That's like the day vows.
오케이. 아니 다 뭐봐. 아니 소들게 막 참아 레터가 지금 뭐 쇼서 소원을 yap나 야보요 그래.
And also pray to be able to take all kinds of Padmoksha vows in the future.
오케이. 다 텔레파치 도도로다. 또 가르고 오는 간지 아니 젤라 너바체 셰당 침바파 아니 젤라 너바체 제당 침바파 도야기 되게 somos 담바지라 틀음다 그래서.
And so having a thought, wanting to abandon, right? The mind, that causes harm to others, including, the basis from which these harmful actions arise. So what is the basis, that causes harm to others?
The intent.
Then
Self-cherishing.
Mental afflictions.
yeah, mental affliction. Three, from the 10 non-virtuous actions, from 3 from mind and the man, right? Attachment, anger, no, that's
Ill will.
Ill will
ill will,
and
wrong
wrong
view.
views.
Okay, wrong view means what? Usually according to Buddhism, you said a lot of things, but according to Buddhism, the English call it very bad words. I don't want to say that.
What is it?
It's stubborn.
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 Thinking my view is correct.
Yeah.
Stubborn.
Yeah, you're a stubborn person. I was told kind. You're a stubborn person. Stubborn, right?
Stubborn.
Yeah, very strong. What I'm thinking is correct. What I'm doing is correct. What I'm, your own idea. This is really wrong view because they create a lot of problems. Right? Therefore, attachment,
Ill will.
wrong view, the base of the problems. Therefore, base of the harms for others. Intentionally, unintentionally. Right? Therefore, try to give up this slowly, day by day. Awareness that. Then you really practice morality. Otherwise, we don't care that. We say, oh, I'm taking lay vows, I'm taking 8 precepts, I'm taking a Buddha vow, thinking like that very high. You really start from the own basic things. It doesn't work. Right? In order to, yeah. Okay? Is that understand what we understand today? To the morality. What's morality? What means morality? To abandon the basis.
Abandon the
The thoughts
basis.
of harming abundantly.
Yes. Okay? It's very simple, right? What are that? It means 10 non-virtuous actions, special from the mind. This is what all we can do. Then what we do practice? Do that, if you the lay vow, that's good. If not, we take precepts always. Take when you have time, good times. Because we choose the special days. Those days are special, Buddha Bodhisattva was promised, to move power. Therefore, we do that time. Okay? Any questions? How you guys? Are you guys sleeping there? Everyone turn off the windows. What are you guys doing there? Are you cooking lunch? I'm cooking dinner. Or garden? Walking with the dog? And Jackie, you come back home? Maybe Jackie is eating breakfast and some stove.
I am home. I just got home. Yeah. I am back. Thank you for checking in.
Michelle with the dog.
Yeah, you know, people walking with the dogs, kids, or you see, yeah, we should walking with the dogs. Yes.
I think it's clarified something for me when we were talking about the basis for such harmful thoughts. So I read in the Lamrim Tremolo, they talk about the 6 perfections and being performed with the 6 supremacies, and the first is the supreme basis. And so is this the opposite of that then? Because the supreme basis for the 6 perfections, in this case, the perfection of ethical discipline, would be the motivation of the spirit of enlightenment, or bodhicitta motivation. So when it says along with the basis, is that the counter of that supreme basis? Because I never understood what the supreme basis, the 6 supremacies were in relation.
Carlos, what? You mood, now you mood. Okay.
남는 체모나라다 시켜버진 랍샤서라. 아니 거기 시켜버진 거기도 드네 시켜버진 라든다 거기 시디 가르스는 땅 그 술림 변화반 술림게 파진 냠나 제바나다 시켜버진 가르스는 시디 장주쌤 그 시대진에 된들라 술림 냠나지만 그 시켜버진 거스 다 들어 양 시스도는 시가가셔 거스.
대가 비시 거.
So the supreme basis in the Lamrim Chemo, when it talks about, yes, like you said, based on bodhicitta motivation, so when you do the practice with the bodhicitta motivation, then it becomes, a perfection of an ethic, morality. But here, talking about, what is to be abandoned, and what, causes, what is the basis of that thought, or that action that makes you to cause harm to others. So this is talking about different kind of base.
그는 소들이 돈받아 덴바 옌바옌 대등에게 사실은 돈받는 때 저와제 잘 그랬어. 야무나 자주서 돈받 대등에 지금 소들 돈받는 때 저와제 그랬어.
So like if you take bodhisattva vows on the basis of the Padmosha vows, then it becomes also a supreme basis.
제자만도 맨날 담부 돈봐. 담부 돈에 깨라 아니 괜히 돈봐. 아니 되는 자주 돈발래는 와.
So like you take a bodhisattva, the refuge vow first, and then on top of that you take the lay vows, and then with the, on top of that, then you take the bodhisattva vows. So that becomes the best, the supreme basis, the best basis, for taking the vows.
Visceral?
Yes.
Oh, I think Eleanor has a question. She has her hand raised.
Who has?
Eleanor?
Okay. Hi, Eleanor. Hello. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. I'm exploring, and I have 3 questions, one on the Heart Sutra and 2 on compassion and generosity. If you could just check out my understanding of these concepts, okay, and point me, either they're wrong or point me in the correct direction. That famous saying in the Heart Sutra about form is emptiness and emptiness is form. I have never understood that. And about a month ago, I was sitting here just looking out the window, having a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden the light bulb went off. And instead of looking at the cup where my coffee was, I was looking at the empty space in which you put the coffee. So that when we think of cups, we're always, what shape is it? What color is it? How's the handle? What, how is it decorated? But that's not the utility of the coffee cup. The utility of the cup is in the empty space. If the cup didn't have empty space, you couldn't put coffee into it. And if it was filled with whatever, you still couldn't put coffee or tea into it until you cleaned it out and created empty space. So that's kind of like that just rattled around in my head for a few days. And then I realized that houses work the same way. When we think of a house, we think of the style of the house, the windows, how many rooms does it have, all of that kind of stuff. But where we live is in the empty space in the house. We don't live in the walls or the outside or the windows or whatever. Where we live is in empty space. So empty space has got a whole new meaning for me, because when I walk outside now and I look at a tree or a bush or whatever, there's two things going on there. One, there has to be empty space in which for it to be able to exist. Anyway, that's what I've been working on this last month, and I can't find anything where that doesn't work. So that's my first question. Is that the correct thinking, that you have to have empty space in order for anything to exist, because it needs the empty space to exist in? And that was what the form is emptiness and emptiness is form means. So that's
little different. You understand?
So what you said, makes sense in that way, in that context, it makes sense. But when we talk about the Heart Sutra, where it talks about the form is empty and emptiness is form, that is not the empty space that we're talking about there.
Can you?
So here, the emptiness means absence. So if it's empty, means it's absence of that. So like here we're talking about the form being empty or absence of independence. It's not existing on its own by itself. So it has to depend on something, for it to exist. So it's not existing on its own or independently by itself. It has to depend on something else. So here, empty means empty of independent in existence.
That's like everything has to have anything comes into existence from a set of conditions.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, so that's what they mean.
Yeah, that means. And then
and then the emptiness is the form, and so it's talking about particularly emptiness of the form. So the emptiness, the form is dependent on the form. And the form and the emptiness of the form are dependent on each other.
Yes. Yes.
And so it, like you said, everything has a condition, cause and condition, or parts, that it depends on for its existence. And that's how it exists. Without those things, it cannot exist.
So that's like Santideva's foot. You can't, where does the foot exist? You can only talk about the foot in terms of its parts, and it needs all the parts. Those are the conditions to come together in order for it to exist. But that's what they mean. Okay, that's the empty space they're talking about. Okay.
All basically, right. What benefit for that? We hit someone. We say, I hate that person. I don't like that person. It also they not just come from their side. You side also do. You both together, you got mad. Usually we say, I'm the correct person. I'm the poor person. He or she is bad person. No, in order to other person bad, you also some kind of that.
Okay, yes, I understand that.
Okay, okay. What's the next question?
Next question. A couple of weeks ago, you told a story about a monk that had gone into seclusion for 3 years, and then he came out and he looked around and didn't see anything and kept, went back into seclusion. And somewhere in that, somebody asked a question about the sutra saying two contradictory things. And what I found is when that happens, you have to use Buddhist tools somehow with Buddhist thought, because when you use Western thought to try to understand it, it's like trying to thread a needle with a bulldozer. It just doesn't work. So if you start thinking of terms of levels, the relative level and the ultimate level, and then go back and work out which one of those is the ultimate and which one of those is the relative, then they don't fight because they each make sense within their own level. So that was just a handy tool. I wanted to let that person know. But anyway, so when you go back to that story of the monk, and so then he went back for another 3 years and he came out and looked around and said, nope, nothing's changed. And he went back in for 3 more years and he came back out, nope, nothing's changed. And then on the 12th year when he came out, he didn't look around. He just sort of walked down the road. And then he saw the hurt dog. And the only thing that came up was this generosity of heart, where he wanted to alleviate the suffering of the dog. And that's a totally different approach to looking at something than, nope, there's no change. So I think those first 12 years when he came out, he was still looking at everything from the relative level. And then after the 12 years, and he's walking down the road and he came from his heart, and that was the ultimate level, and he became enlightened. I think that's the moral of that story. I'm not sure, but that just put everything in place.
Very strong developed compassion.
Compassion. And I think compassion is really, you can't define compassion, because the minute that you define it, you limit how it can be expressed. So you can't define it. You can talk about it and different types, which the literature does, but you can't define it and say this is exactly what it is. And it seems to be more of a generosity of heart than all the other stuff is just parts of that. But it's heartfelt, like the monk, when he came out and saw the dog, he didn't think about it. He just came from the heart. Oh, I want to alleviate the dog's suffering. He didn't think about what was the same and what was different or any of that. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding that correctly.
That's good. Anyway, there's special after this morning we talk about right now. Obviously, is going on some softness that we can develop for the compassion. Usually, you stay in room, you develop compassion. It's very difficult for us. You really see some really serious suffering, growth suffering. We can really develop compassion. Therefore, he really saw the dog have very gross or obviously suffering. He can going on. Then he have very developed compassion. Then he able to see that purify all negative karmas. Able to see that with the material. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think that the vitality of these meetings are just wonderful. So
that's good. We all, just share all our thoughts, ideas, try to develop our love, compassion, and peace. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Welcome back, hurting people. Oh, Ed, come back. Ed, you go to eat breakfast? Oh, you went to the coffee. Oh, he doesn't hear. Anyway, I think it's stop. Okay? I think we have not much time to talk about, to not, but try to, more develop. You can say today, okay, what I have to do, well, I can do that 8 precepts, special days. Then also try to not harmful others, basically through the, I want to, in order to not harm others, what I have to reduce to my own ego, attachment, Elvis, elbow, and view, wrong view. Wrong view is very bad. Wrong view is very strong. Our own, attachment, my thought. I believe that. As he doesn't know. I believe that. This creates a lot of problems. You reduce that, you're able to practice 10 virtuous actions. You can take lay vows, you can take monk's vows. One day you become monk. No, you can do just, pray before I die. Come on. Before you die, according to Buddhism, before you die, you will become a monk. That's the best way to die. Then in order to, we need to also influence, we need to do some karma, otherwise you cannot come. Okay? Okay, thank you everyone. Okay?
Geshe. Please turn to page 39 for Thanksgiving mandala offering. Naji puki jujam meto pra viram nechini de genpadi sangeshin bu minte uwadi rokon nam dajing lacher pajo jitsu lame kute rapten chin naka trinle chochu yipada osam ten pedrin mesa sugi doeng bun sel tu neg yurchi idam guru ratna mandalaka miriatayami. Tsongkhapa's final Lamrim prayer. Hello. From my 2 collections, vast is space that I have amassed from working with effort at this great practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path that I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread into line, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children, human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths, never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the 10-fold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama on the bottom of the page. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in life till samsara's end. Savior of the Snowland teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion, to the lotus in the hand, Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49, the short, long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. The prayer for him to return swiftly will end with, please, please return swiftly. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who massively accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the 3 jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please return swiftly. Pray to always meet with perfect teachers at the bottom of the page. Your form embodies all Buddhas. Your nature is that of Vajradhara. You are the root of the 3 jewels. Homage to you, O Gurus. In short, I seek your blessings, O protector, to be cared for by you from birth unremittingly throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Ajadara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing him in return, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana spiritual master, the source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them flawlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers and misleading friends. Having developed in every life belief in cause and effect, renunciation, the Bodhi mind, and the pure view, may I embark upon them continually with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind be causes solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 57, the prayer dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, the Big Sema. Vive te viter chen presi, Dreaming Kempe Wang Ho Jan Pelia, Gong Chen Kepe Sung Yen Song Kappa, Bo Sang Drape, Japla Solwade.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you.